Alrighty, so this is my reaction to Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics, with him going bald and leaving that mark on the other player's jersey on the New York Knicks. First and foremost, make sure you guys are subscribed. Shout outs to everybody who is subscribed to my channel. So anyway, with Jaylen Brown, it was a comical situation. He put I don't know what he put in his hair. I never used it before. But with him rubbing into the player, with his head on the New York Knicks and leaving that black stain from whatever it is that he put in his hair, I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. I mean, look at me. I'm bald, as you guys can see. I got the thinning all up in here and all of that. So I can definitely relate to what Jaylen Brown is going through. First and foremost, I didn't know the dude was going bald. I mean, the last few years, he had a crispy lineup, high top fade, had the braids with the crispy lineup and all of that. But so I'm surprised that the dude went bald. I know it's a lot of ways that you can disguise things nowadays. Usually it's harder when you got a high top fade or braids or something like that. But man, if I could talk to Jaylen Brown, if I can send him a message right now, I would just say, man, bro, just embrace it, man. Welcome to the bald head community. Just embrace it. I may sound hypocritical, what I'm saying? Because when I first started going bald, when I first started thinning, I was trying to do everything I could too, to mask it and to hide it and to camouflage it and not let people see it and stuff like that. I was using the topics, the little hair fibers and stuff like that, trying to use all types of stuff, minoxidil, all types of stuff, so I definitely feel what he's going through, especially when you come from having a crispy lineup, braids, locks, curls, whatever hairstyle you had, and now you start thinning, you start going bald. It's like, especially when you're younger too. Jaylen Brown is in his young 20s, just like I was when I started losing my hair. Hey, I feel for him, man. So it is comical, just keeping it real, it's comical, just to see him leaving the stains, on the other player's jersey on the New York Knicks, from whatever it is that he put in his hair, but what I'm saying? But bald head community, if you guys are watching this, you guys know what I mean. You start losing your hair, you start thinning, you start doing different stuff to make it appear like you still have your hair, because that's what you're used to. So I can't knock Jaylen Brown for it. It is comical. It does remind me of Carlos Boozer some years ago when he did it, but Carlos Boozer took it to a whole nother level. I ain't never seen that before. I mean, to this day, I ain't never seen that, at least in person. I ain't never seen what Carlos Boozer did some years ago. But it's comical, it's funny. Hey, but I feel for him though. Those of us in the bald head community, we know how that is, to just one day wake up and your hair is thinning, you're going bald. It's like, man, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it's funny, what I'm saying? I seen jokes about him reaching out to LeBron James, seeing what he should do and stuff like that. And man, this going bald thing is no joke. It's not easy. What I'm saying? It definitely makes you question, hey man, how's my hair looking? You may question your self-esteem, you may question your confidence and all types of stuff, just keeping it real, what I'm saying? But like I said, if I can give Jaylen Brown any message, if I can give anybody out there in the bald head community a message that's currently going through thinning or balding, man, just embrace it. Just embrace it. The sooner you embrace it, the better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, look, most days when I come to work, it's getting cold out here in Chicago now, so most days I wear a hat, you know what I'm saying? But, when it's summertime, like, man, I'm just out here, whether I got a haircut or not. I mean, you see how my hair is? Hey, it's no shame in my game now. I cut my hair myself. If you guys look at my videos here, you'll see that. But I cut my hair myself, and no shame in my game. So, I got a life to live outside of my job. So even though I know how to cut my hair, sometimes I get lazy. Sometimes I don't have time to cut my hair, line my beard up and stuff like that. And I just be out here, bald spots and everything. Like, I mean, this is me almost 2 weeks without a haircut, but it get a lot worse than this. Sometimes I go a month and a half, what I'm saying, without cutting it, but hey, that mindset just comes from just embracing it, just embracing the baldness, embracing the thinness. It is what it is. The quicker that you stop wearing hats, do-rags, wave caps, wearing the hood all day, putting in the hair fibers or whatever that was that Jaylen Brown is using, whatever that was that Carlos Boozer used, the sooner you stop doing that, the better. You know, like seriously, that's just my personal experience. I'm not saying that you wrong if you do that or whatever, but you know, just in my personal experience, you know, balding and thinning and having thinning hair, just embrace it. Just go ahead and embrace it. So the quicker you do that, the better. So that's my message to Jaylen Brown. I mean, at least he's being comical with it. You know, he's taking it, you know, in a good way and stuff like that. And that's the best thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, you know, just embrace it. People gonna say what they gonna say. People gonna make fun of you. People are gonna look at you like, man, you dude got bald spots. Like, what's going on? You know, but hey, it is what it is. You know, the quicker you get comfortable with it, the better. Just embrace it. You know, so that's my take on that. That's my reaction to that. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys check out the rest of my videos on here. I make plenty of videos about cutting my own hair, lining up my beard, how I went bald when I was young, you know, in my 20s. So feel free to subscribe. If you have already subscribed to my channel, shout out to you. I really appreciate that. Peace out. Have a good one, y'all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, though. Peace out.